Hello everybody, it's 11th of July 2015. It's Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom. Now I'm doing a little bit of work on the Lakemont seedless grapevine. Now as you know, I've showed this before, it's a very vigorous vine indeed, this one. Even for a grapevine, this one is particularly vigorous. If I it's not looking particularly tidy, but the person in charge of this garden, they like to have the hollyhocks growing up in amongst the grapevine, which is, you know, fair enough. It's their garden after all, so I respect that. But obviously the problem with that is it is stopping a bit of sun getting to the grapes. So you can see the grapes now are starting to form into good sizes, and they really are. I mean, I've said it before, I think there's around 200 little bunches on this vine. So what I'm going to do is just cut away at some of the leaves covering the grapevine. So you can see here I've opened up this here so that the sun can get in to ripen the grapes. Obviously I'm forbidden from touching this hollyhock, so that's fine. That's something I just had to deal with. And along here as well, you can see there's grapes here. Grapes everywhere really, to be honest. So what I'm going to be doing is cutting away at some of the grapevine foliage in order to free up some of the vines so that the sun can get to them. Okay, I'll just do that and I'll show you. Okay, as you can see, so I've removed a significant amount of the grapevine foliage around the grapes because I want the sun to hit them in order to ripen them, because of course we like our grapes to be sweet, and we don't want the foliage to block too much of the sun, but at the same time we don't want to take off too much foliage because obviously the vine needs leaves to take in nutrients from the sun for the vine itself. So don't be too aggressive, but at the same time just leave it so that the sun can hit the vine, hit the grapes lovely, and hopefully you should be able to get some nice sweet grapes. I mean, people know by now that I do really like grapevines. I believe they're a great addition to a garden, and you can actually grow them in pots as well. Obviously you need to select certain varieties for that, and you'll need to feed them and do your research thoroughly before you plant one. But I have a friend who has a grapevine in a pot, and she does get about 5 or 6 bunches of relatively large grapes every year from it, so I think that's good. It is nice to have a go at something relatively exotic in your garden. It certainly makes you feel good. As you know, I wish to produce peaches as well, but peaches aren't as straightforward as grapevines due to the dreaded peach leaf curl. Grapevines can be vigorous and require a little bit of work, but another good thing about them is they can be propagated relatively easily. I'll just show you some cuttings I took in the early part of the year. Okay, so here you go. This is one that I took. So that's put down a root, so that'll be nice. This one here, you can see these had failed. Probably, to be honest, more my fault than anything else, because obviously you do have to water them, and I can't always get to this garden due to work commitments and things like that, but you can propagate grapevines relatively easily. So if you have a decent vine yourself like this one, you can propagate and take your own cuttings to give to friends for presents, or put them in your own garden, that sort of thing. Okay, I hope that helps. Any questions, feel free to ask.